Tú
Grabar.
puedes grabar.
Mira.
¿Quién está grabando?
Ya, Alberto.
Hello, good night, everybody who's hearing us. Welcome to the podcast. My team is Maiden. We are the team number 4 from the Q2 Global Q2 classroom, and we are going to talk about in general about the different culture in many countries. So, Armando, do you have something interesting to say?
Yes, you know that every year thousands of tourists flock to Paris to see the beautiful cathedrals, simple delicious pastries, and catch a glimpse of Parisian romance. Believe
Tony.
or believe it or not, there is a real mental disorder called Paris syndrome that is experienced almost exclusively by Japanese tourists who are disappointed when the city of the lights doesn't live up to their romantic expectation.
Wow, really? Only
Yes,
Japanese?
and you know the culture is beautiful, but without the whole of color, we really will be one dimensional. The biggest challenge today is accepting that there are different between us.
Yeah, just some.
Uh,
Just something.
yes, for example, did you know that in Thailand, the head is considered the most sacred part of the body? Never touch a tie on the head, so be careful.
Oh, whoa.
And the feet are considered the dirtiest. Also, his respect for the king is second to none. So this story will make you laugh. We were standing in front of an elevator waiting for it come down.
Whoa. So it's very important to respect the secret place in Thailand, yeah.
Yes, also only if you went to Thailand, only you need to go to be careful.
Yeah, something goes up. Well, we can say it's really different from Paris, where you can do many things that only on lodges there, no?
Yes.
Yeah, man. Well, talking about the cultures, I think we have something, a friend, Mishka, no, bueno, our friend,
Manuel,
Manuel have something there to say, I don't think.
Yes. You know that the main determinants of culture are social structure, language, religion, education, and philosophy. These factors involve or change and alter the culture and values of a society, which in turn alters its social structure and religion.
So, can you tell me some examples of this? What you're talking
Yes.
about?
For example, Mexico. It's curious that in many parts of the world, mainly first world countries, they believe that Mexico is an undeveloped country where there are no cars, no cities, everyone rides on cars, or even that we wear hats. They have us with the expectation of how they show Mexicans in the movies. But the reality is that no, we are a country with big cities and infrastructure, and it is nothing compared to how other cultures think.
That's kind of stereotypied for people in the world. It's like we say, like Chinese are poor people who have heavy problems with their teeth and only wear with farmer clothes, or tell that the Japanese are the most intelligent people because they are can do many things when they actually it just are really martial and concentrate about their activities. I said the right thing because when I was here always in Mexico, I have already seen many different cities and portraits, and it's kind of suppressive where you see the movie where Mexicans
Yeah,
are
yeah.
only, I'm sorry, um, sit and sleeping in that place. What can you say?
Yeah, yeah, yes. Also, you know that the principal cultures in the world are Sumerians, ancient Greece, Nordic, Incas, Egyptians, porcelain, Mayans, and West.
Hmm.
It's curious.
I now I really feel like the Mayans, Sumerians, Vikings, but I didn't know about the West. It's interesting to know that the world have changed all this time, and many
Yeah,
cultures
yes,
have
of course.
their cues in between them. Talking about Mexico, I would like to talk about the change that it suffered thanks to the European intercourse in the country. Mexico was really different from Europe, but at the same time, like a simple like it used to be. I mean, Mexico, there was a lot of cultures around the continent. When I mean North continent, because it's now some of the cultures founded here in Mexico has presence in the United States, and many others has went to the south to the place we know like Central America, and there is a really high presence of many of these cultures like the Mayas in Ecuador, in places like that. Ecuador, El Salvador, and we can say there is a lot of difference between the Mayas from Central America, from North America. I must say it's kind of impressive the change they have. But the change I want to talk is about the changes that have been when the Spanish conquest the country and make new Spain here. Do you know that many of the cultures here were based in war and conflict to make and where many of these cultures have been conquered by, for example, the Mexicas, they had to pay a tribute, Barnett? No? In that case, let me say that's something that will already happen in Europe, especially when different kingdoms don't dominate the entire country. Well, I say the entire continent there, because countries like the Germans, the British, the Scottish, the Irish, I mean, say, have many wars between them, and basically the winner there have the permission to take the entire city, make the people and the kings and residents to pay tribute to them, to, well, don't burn all that off. That's something that happened in Mexico, and many times the Chicas were doing that to the entire country. Many cultures there were just enemy from the Mexicas because they were one of the powerful um, power, let's see, power entities in their play in the territory. Well, that have they changed it thanks to the Spanish gets conquered in Mexico. The Spanish got a lot of help from the local civilization to defeat the Mexicas because they were enemies. Well, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. I happen to all we know. Well, during that talk about the Congo, I want to talk about the colonization of Mexico. For the first time, there was like really impressive and new for the people, even from Mexico and from Europe. Many religious groups has went to Mexico to make connection with these people and learn about them and try to make them follow the religion that Europe's have been said, Christianism, and it make a lot of problems because many people in the territory didn't like it. The the way they were been have taken. I mean, they don't like the European, the Spanish people because they were really rude with them, really savage. It was normal from those people to introduce inquisition in a place where nothing like that ever happened. Torture, massacres was really bad. Many people lost their identity. Many people lost their condition, and many other peoples who were in the situation who helped the entire country, the Spanish. I remember there were damages, but well, we're talking more about after that those times and intervention of many religion religion figures in the country, they were able to make a rare combination of the both cultures because the Mesoamerican culture were never disappearing actual and just mixed with the European traditions that were instead because many things as the like San Valentin, Valentine's Day, Christmas, some other um, celebrations like I can say important blessings and that we're talking about. Uh, just concerning the culture because many other celebrations like Day of Dead, some federally rich their food and others were inserted and combined and make the also Mexico culture. Another thing that's being you can say combined it was the language because you can say the way to speak the Spanish here is really different from the Castilian Spanish, making really interesting place. Another thing I can say is the religion was wiped out, and nothing else like the original religions from Mexico. Those times before the Spanish presence in here were really different from the Christianism now. From somehow they just disappeared. Oh well, something more to add, I don't know, partners. How about you, Mirsha?
Yes, well, it's interesting because, well, in Mexico, has been recognized as a multi-ethnic and multicultural country. However, in the face of constant socioeconomic change and modernization process, indigenous people and the cultural richness that is representative of the country have been constantly threatened. In some sectors and contexts, cultural diversity has been seen as a factor of backwardness or an impediment of modernization, which is why it has been necessary to create protection strategies. In fact, cultural diversity has gone from being a concept that refers to the plurality of cultural manifestation present in a given society to being recognized as a human right.
Well, and in your personal opinion, partner, Mirsha, how do you think about the conservation of the local culture in the well, we're talking about Mexico?
Well, I think it's very important for all the people in Mexico.
I think you're right because if we lose our identity, we're not different from many other countries that has nothing more to see with the native cultures. Well, but I think this is enough for today. I wish you got past a really good time. What do you hope to say, Armando? I think we have learned a lot. And well, that's all for all tonight. I wish you had all of you, my team, and all the spectators of our podcast got a real good time. That's all for all. If you want the opportunity, see you next time. Bye.